Hey guys, I'm Jackie Knechtel. Nice to meet you all. So 4 years ago I lost my brother, and that was kind of the turning point in my life where I decided to think about what I could do in my life that would really be living for me. And I thought about moving to France, I thought about doing a whole lot of other things, but I realized what would really make my dream come true would be to do a trip around the world. So I packed up my things, I left my private practice, I put my apartment on the market, and I left. And I went around the world by myself, and I had the most incredible experiences. And so choosing one is really, really difficult. Like Ashley, I didn't grow up in a family of travelers, but I started traveling a bit when I was 21, and I did the Europe trip, and then I did the Asia trip, but this was really the most transformative experience of my life. And so I'll just share one story with you, a story that I really like. And my friends and I had just finished climbing Kilimanjaro. We were raising money for autism. I worked as a speech pathologist specializing in autism, so we raised almost $10,000. Nice. And so we finished climbing Kilimanjaro, and we got on a plane and we went to Mozambique, and we had no plan, and none of us knew anything about Mozambique. We just rocked up and we went to Maputo, and we read about these islands, Vilanculos, and we decided to go there and check it out. And we had a choice of this local $20 beach and do some yoga, or go and spend some money and check out this really amazing place. And we decided you only live once. We went there, rocked up in the middle of the night, and in this tiny little airport that was like one door, and we got in a cab, and we all spoke a little bit of Portuguese, so we were able to navigate. And turns out there was absolutely nowhere to stay, that the president was in town. Everything was booked solid, so we had nowhere to go. There was one place that was like dirtier than any hostel I've ever been to, and it was just so scuzzy and gross that we were like, you know what, I just slept on a mountain in a tent and didn't shower for a week. We want something a little more. So we decided to go to dinner, and over 2 bottles of wine, we decided to just see what happened. And this guy walks up to our table, and he's like, oh, you know, I hear you have a problem. You have no place to stay. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I own a yacht, and I'm between charters, so, you know, I'm happy to sail you around and take you to this private island, and you can go fishing and snorkeling. And so we're like, oh, yeah, we'll have to think about that for a second. We're like, and he's like, the only thing is, my crew is, you know, they're on vacation for a few days, so you're going to have to crew the boat. And we're like, okay. None of us have ever done anything like that, but hey, whatever. And so the very next day, I'm at the helm of a $7 million yacht, you know, playing around with the sonar and the radar, and I have no idea what I'm doing, drinking vintage cab sav, and, you know, my friend is doing the dinghy, my other friend's pulling in the anchor, and then we're just under this amazing sky, this sea of stars at night in the middle of the Indian Ocean. And we went fishing, we caught our own king mackerel, and we had fresh sashimi for lunch. It just doesn't get any better than that. And he took us to this private island, we went snorkeling, and it was just the most incredible experience. And had we gone in with set plans, none of that would have ever happened. And so I guess the moral of the story is just be open to anything. Don't be afraid to be spontaneous, and don't always feel like you have to have plans. Just live in the moment and be open to any and every possibility, because you can have some really, really unreal experiences. So.